So, how to spend more time in being and less in the content, less in our heads, less in the stories, less in the deficiencies, in worry. Yeah. Basically, how to be here now as opposed to past and future. And this is somewhat cultivated. Hmm, it's it takes practice. All I have to say, it takes practice. Even if in non-dual circles they'll tell you there's nothing to do, you're already that. Yes, it's true. It's true. On the most fundamental level, there's nothing to do. But where do you put your monkey mind? How do you disengage from that? So there's different ways. And of course, there's the one way of the Raja Yoga and different other yogas like Bhakti Yoga. There's the way through bliss and through union with God, and there's a way through Raja Yoga, which was my path, somewhat mixed with Tantra and Kriya. And there's certain steps you take, and certain ways you engage with yourself. And certain ways you engage the mind, and you get results. And then on a practical day-to-day, when you get up from the cushion of meditation and all of a sudden forget right away how peaceful and how effortless the natural state is, what happens then? You get up from the cushion and you're re-engaged with life, and all of a sudden you're triggered and you're back into a split reality, me against them. So how do you stay in being? How do you stay here and now as opposed to past and future? You can take little moments of rest, little moments of full awareness of the present moment. So what really happens when we are in a state of abiding state of awakening, or abiding state of awareness, we are not, awareness is not drawn anymore to engage with the mind. So the mind becomes quiet and can be used, but no longer is needed to worry, to project, to analyze unnecessary things. Of course, it's a beautiful analytical tool, but it's not needed all the time. So there is probably a portal would be to engage more with the space, not the things in the room. Like we enter a room and we see all the things in the room because they're so jumping at us, so to say. They're colorful, they're there, they're 3D, and the space, everyone misses the space. And even the things, when the things that we look at, there's the mind jumping in to engage right away and explain what it is. This is a plant, and this is a bed, and this is that. There's all this labeling going on. So you can start with simple things, like just sit down on your bed. You wake up and sit down on your bed, and instead of rushing into your mind and engaging how the day is going to be, all the to-do lists and things you have to do, just pause and just look around. Just look around and see if you can notice not just the things in the room, but the actual space that holds them all. The actual space that is the capacity for all these things to exist, all these things to be here. So you can start with 5 minutes of that when you wake up instead of rushing this habitual pattern of being engaged in the mind. You can start and do a commitment, an intentional commitment to whenever you're in shower, whenever you wash dishes, you're just gonna be focusing your awareness externally onto the way the water feels on your hands, onto the way the soap is soaping the dishes, the qualities of the soap, the smells, the sounds, the colors. And in the beginning, it's gonna feel so awkward and so boring because the mind is so bored and it wants the next thing. So it automatically discards the present moment as boring. But the more you cultivate that, the more you practice that, either on the cushion, recognizing yourself as that which is aware of everything, that which is aware of my voice right now and the sounds, that which is aware of the visuals right now, of the colors, the shapes. So cultivating and shifting from the content, withdrawing into the background, noticing the space that is already here, noticing that the space is already quiet. No matter how noisy the room can be, the space is always quiet. Noticing how spacious, how discriminating it is. It allows everything, the most ugliest experiences and the most joyful experiences, the saddest and the happiest, and everything in between. So recognizing yourself on the cushion this way, and then during the day, building more and more awareness around watching your thoughts. Just making it into a 10-minute practice. While I go out with my dog, I'm gonna be mindful of what is happening outside of me, what is happening with the dog, the weather, the children, the sunshine, the grass, the feel of whatever stepping on the ground. And I'm gonna be mindful as well of every thought that crosses my mind. Just do that. What other portals? There's so many portals, my gosh. You've probably experienced yourself as being so many times throughout the day. Walking in nature, get barefoot, stay on the ground. Just connect. Connect with the elements. Look at the fire, look at running water. Go swimming. Go hiking. Play with kids. Take care of a garden. Not in of your thoughts in your head while you're pulling out weeds. Take care of the garden. Be there in what you're doing. Be there in seeing the colors. Stop and smell the roses. Be there. So how to switch? I guess first and foremost, the desire must be there. The exhaustion must be there of playing lies, of believing lies in our heads. Curiosity must be there. Perseverance must be there. Yeah, just be curious. Watch your thoughts. See how noisy they are. at one point where more enough awareness is cultivated, you'll see how tired you'll become of hearing all that noise. So you'll be begging for truth and nothing but truth, like I did. Take good care of yourself. Much love. Notice there's not only the content and the noise in the head, there's actually a life right here, right now. And it's beautiful. And it's so beautiful. And you can engage with that intimately. And that is most content, most fulfilling